right, well, hello and welcome back as we get ready for the second game of the night, as it's going to be the Daytona Coastal Control up against the Vancouver Void. Hoping for a good series like our last one, but hey, we will see. As of course, Daytona 2-0, Vancouver 0-2. Daytona win over Denver and then over Buffalo. One of those against Denver is pretty notable. Buffalo, of course, have struggled more overall. Versus the loss versus Madison is pretty understandable for Vancouver because Madison are a good team. And then against Boston because they didn't have their, as they would say, number one player. And so, happens. Very unfortunate. But we'll see if they can bounce back this time in what should be a pretty tough game. Looking at our schedule of results so far, 2 Game 5s and a Game 4. I'm interested to see where we fall on this spectrum as we have 2 games left to go. Looking at the standings, it's still inching holding down number 1, although Boston are keeping pace with them. Then it's now Bedford winning that tiebreak over Denver, and then Buffalo and KC. We'll see which tie Vancouver will join, and we'll see if Daytona can keep pace with the 3-0 teams as well. Moving over to our stats, Cozy and Boomer the key players, mostly as a result of JXL again not being able to play in the last series. And the average is pretty squarely in terms of Daytona, as I believe we have everyone in, and therefore we'll be good to go here for game number 1. I am just going to make it quick since we're jumping in. I'm predicting Daytona. Since JXL is here, I'm going 3-1. I believe in Vancouver to take at least a game with JXL, but I'm interested to see. I think this is a test for them. Now they have their main roster again. I don't know if JXL is fully back or if he's playing on a different device or what, but either way, they have their roster. Of course, Rush sitting out in this first game, as it will be Boomer, JXL, and Arrow. But overall, this is a litmus test. Daytona, one of the fastest and probably one of the best teams that this league has had to offer. Now look at it, they don't have Aiden. At least for now. I believe he did join with the team, but hey, most importantly, it's already 1-0. As Boomer tries to force it forward, it gets cleared away, but Arrow is there to follow. And there is goal number 1 to the Void, and they will have first blood in this series. But as I was saying, I think this is one that if Vancouver lose, it's understandable because they lost to a good team. If they win, that's a massive win for both their confidence and how they should be viewed within the league. Because I think this is a very good roster. Boomer, someone who has been on top teams quite often. JXL, who is a champion, I do believe, from last season. And then you have Rush, who's also a very strong player, as was shown last week. But, I mean, it's a pretty good start because Boomer now finds JXL across. He will take the shot on target. It gets behind Cozy, and it's now 2-0. Let me go ahead and close that prediction. Very far in favor of Daytona in terms of that, which I can hardly disagree with, but so far it's not looking like that on the field. As JXL now comes out with control, looking for the air dribble down, will get another touch past 1. Following it up, this one up towards the ceiling, bouncing back down. Arrow now bumped off it. Our boys trying to play it in, but it's dunked back over to the side. Daytona have really been trapped back in their half this game, and they've kind of just been getting diced by these shots on defense as JXL another 51 in. Cozy trying to keep it away. JXL still waiting though, will turn back forward, gets it by 1, gets it by 2, but Romeo has the third, swoops in to get it away. Arrow now up high, too high for Boomer. He'll think about the backboard read, but won't quite find it. JXL off the side wall, won't get the read either. Romeo now with time, but dunked by Boomer, and it's straight in. 3-0. A little bit too much patience there by Romeo, and Boomer crashes the party. The dunk rolls straight in, And with 3 minutes left to go, it is 3-0 in favor of the Void. Boomer now off the right side again. This one banged down towards the net and in. There's your response. Daytona are on the board. Still down 3-1, but hey, at least it's better. It's a long clear downfield that finds Romeo, and there's no one else back to get there. Now up in the air again. Romeo has to let that drop, and it's only Garboy's there as he'll now float it downfield. Arrow trying to catch up, but it's a 51 by Romeo. JXL now to the right side. Romeo will recenter. Cozy is there. The tides are turning, and it's 2-3. A 1-goal game. And this one very far from over as we're only about halfway through. And Daytona starting to look threatening. Garboy's on this one. The shot blocked for now, but it's popped up again. Cozy's on it. Bar and out. Romeo beat by JXL. A scare for Vancouver, but they will survive. Almost adding on, but Boomer not quite going to get a piece of that one. Cozy now a 51, still waiting under it. JXL flips by. Cozy, high flick. Boomer left alone, but he's equal to the play. Boomer now with a 1v1 on the other end, looking for the pop and the shot. It's his second as there's twos all the way down his stat sheet. And it's 4-2 with a 2-goal lead. Momentum plays away from Boomer. But he pulls it right back. Minute 45 left to go here in game number 1. And the multi-goal lead is back in place for the Void. But, I mean, we've already seen Daytona go on a quick 2-goal run. And so I'm absolutely not counting out another one. As Romeo tries to knock this one down, Arrow's already there. One pop forward, now a couple people diving in. Gator. Or, of course, Garboys. Trying to follow that one. Is Cozy on with another 50. He'll play it off the side wall. Boomer bumped a little bit. Now his pop could turn the other way. Garboy's trying to play it in. Romeo a little bit off on the jump. Able to get a 50, but he loses it back. Cozy now to the ceiling. One more touch across. JXL gets it downfield. Now off the left wall, Garboys with control, but he lands backwards and gives it up. Now popped back in again. JXL towards the net, blocked away by Romeo. Boomer on it again, won't get a piece. 50 seconds still dropping. Romeo given some space, but it's grounded, and he can only get a 50. That shot blocked away by JXL as well. Under 40 seconds left to go. Starting to get limiting here for Daytona. That's a good shot. JXL has a save. Romeo on next. Might need it, but he won't get it. Now 25 seconds as Daytona continue to push. This one's centered, but JXL another save. Boomer gets the clear, and that will run the time down. Another shot makes them go, and Vancouver will start the series out strong. They may not be favorites, but they will take it with a 2-goal advantage, 4-2. And of course, you imagine that we'll probably see Aiden coming in. But it is also good to note, as Vancouver outshoot in this one 12-9. I didn't change the series score. There you go. Oh, there you go. But important to note, Vancouver also still have Rush waiting in the wings. So we're going to have Aiden coming in, main roster for Daytona, but technically, we also got a sub in for Vancouver, and so that's definitely your cope, at the very least, if you want to call it that, but your confidence that even if Daytona now come back and win, which after that last game is far from a guarantee, you also have a move that should, in theory, improve your matchup waiting. But now we load in game number 2. Vancouver 1 game ahead in the set. That one down towards the net, but blocked out wide. Now Aiden up in the air, looking for the pass across. Not going to get anything behind it. Now up again, Cozy already there. Beats one to it. He gets a reset down, but not a lot on it. So Arrow will get the save. Aiden now trying to send it to the side. Arrow's already on it. Arrow not going to get back to it. Now off the left wall again. This one popped away. JXL will turn. Up in the air. Cozy trying to get it downfield. No one will follow. Arrow's able to pop it up again. Aiden now will beat JXL. Looking for the double. Won't find it. Boomer a good catch. Looking for the dribble, but a bit too slow to develop. And it's dunked out to the side as Aiden now bangs it down towards JXL. JXL slowing it down, but Gator takes it away. I keep switching between because I want to kind of read his in-game name. And like on the stat sheet we have both, but you know. This one now played out to the side again. Aiden looking for some 50s. Boomer now the pass back, but Cozy gets it by his teammate. This one downfield. Cozy the center. No one's there to shoot. Now Boomer following it up. Air dribble down. Dunked up in the air. Cozy will get a touch forward for now. Now Cozy still waiting behind it, and it'll roll up harmlessly. Boomer now play down. Arrow trying to clear it, but it's right at Aiden. And Daytona are on the board first. First blood here in game number 2. Just a bit too much panic and just not good enough of a touch there. Turns into a giveaway. And now the Coastline Control are going to play from in front here on DFH. Now Boomer catching up to this one as it's 50'd over to the right wall. Bouncing away again. Cozy the shot forward. JXL plays it away. Now back over to the corner. Boomer off the left wall. This one downfield. Cozy will play it off the left side again. Boomer now trying to get it back. JXL just going to wait back on it. Cozy trying to play it forward off the back wall. Now off the left. Garboys is there, but it's JXL for the save. Under 3 minutes to go. Of course, Vancouver gonna be looking to get themselves back into this one with a goal to tie it up. But nothing so far, as they haven't really been able to break into the offensive third at all. This one now sent across by Aiden. Who's there? Cozy is blocked by Boomer. Garboy's trying to set up another shot. He'll take it himself. It might be on, I think just wide, but JXL gets the touch anyway. Boomer now across. Controlled by Aiden. Following this one up, but it's 50 to the corner again. Vancouver, though, still need a goal, and it's gonna be one the other way. Cozy makes it 2. This one floats out. No one dives. And Cozy shoots it right between them. And the lead is 2 with 2 minutes left to play. Vancouver have really just not touched the offensive part of the field yet in this game. And they're going to need a lot more offense than none at all if they're going to get 2 goals back for this one. This could be a chance at 1, but Cozy off the spawn will get there. Boomer trying again. Saved by Aiden. Now Arrow's up for it. He'll fake it down. JXL is under. Played out to the left wall. Arrow trying to leave this one off. Boomer gets a good dunk, but it's just a little bit wide. 100 ticks left to go on the clock. Aiden putting it on. JXL taps it out. Cozy now rolling down JXL. That one awkward, but maybe enough to prevent a shot. Aiden, though, does just about find one, and it'll be enough for a center. Cozy makes it 3. Nothing for Daytona. As that touch gets a little bit too awkward for JXL. He was hoping to avoid a quick shot, but instead it's we'll call it a pass down that hits off the post and sets up Cozy perfectly for an open net. And now this one starting to look out of reach. Vancouver do still have a minute, but they haven't been able to find anything through the net so far. And I'm just not sure they have enough time, but we're gonna test it because JXL gets the first. Now 3-1. Vancouver still down by multiple, but hey, they got the first. We'll see if more can follow. And we're now gonna win the kickoff. JXL up early. He'll get it down to the back wall. Misread by Garboys. Boomer in the air, but he loses big. Arrow now has to rush back. He'll let it bounce, and Cozy's already on it. Aiden in next, but it's fortunately for Vancouver just wide of the net. Boomer now dunked in by Garboys. Daytona not looking to give them anything. JXL does catch it, but Aiden plays it away. He will get it all the way downfield. And just like the last game, the time begins to run down. 20 seconds left to go, but there's no one there for a shot. And Daytona, they're challenged, they're beat in game one. But Aiden comes in, and it's dominance in game two. We'll see how things change. As okay. Now, this is playable. 3-2. It is now a 1-goal game, and this is playable. Incredibly tough. 8 seconds is not a lot of time, but it is enough. Never mind. Okay. Cool. Aiden scores. It's 4. GG. Go next. We believed for but a moment. As Boomer, I'm not sure if they were going for more of a play there or what, but he doesn't flip into the ball, and it just gets sent right through him. Either way, of course, it was a low-chance play for them to get the goal regardless. Is okay, so we're just throwing on kickoff. This should have been a 1-goal game, and it's now a 3-goal game. As Arrow misses the kickoff, it rolls right by him. And it's now 5-2, and we are playing another kickoff. Again, didn't change the result of the game, but it makes their goal diff worse. And it means the game win goes a little bit more confidently in appearance than reality over to Daytona. As they outshoot here 14 to somewhere around 7, I want to say. Couldn't see exactly before the leave. But as we are going to see Arrow drop out and Rush join in, we'll see where things go from here. So that was the safety that we called out before that game, that you did have Rush. And clearly they're going to need him, because in that one, they just could not get nearly enough aggression. Obviously not scoring until pretty much the end of the game there, final 30 seconds. And so we're going to need to see something, as of course, Garboys and Cozy having identical ping, both flashing red. But hey, we're playing on. As we get ready now to load in for game number 3. It was a strong start for Vancouver, but Daytona fought back in the second. And now with now with closer to main rosters on both sides. Of course, Garboys still in instead of Romeo here. But at least with the main roster from Vancouver and one closer to it than what we saw in game 1 from Daytona. We'll see how the dynamic shifts. Vancouver need more offense, need more threat. And of course, can't afford to let Daytona get the quick goals that they were getting in the last one. As Boomer tries to center this one around, it'll get cleared away from the back wall for the moment. Now over, this one off the corner, bouncing out. Boomer bounces it wide, and JXL gets the follow. 1-0. It is an early lead for the Void. A much preferred position than what they had in the last game. But of course, we'll see if they can hold it. JXL on this one, pretty even on the 50. Does go backwards, but Boomer's there first. Boomer now dunked out to the side by Cozy. Could have been playable for a shot, but Rush, of course, not reading it. This one now bounced out again. Garboys downfield. Aiden looking for the shot, but easy enough for JXL, and he'll beat one on the way out. Looking for a dunk on another. Garboys might have given it up, and Boomer scores. 2-0. A minute in, it's a multi-goal Vancouver lead. As that touch by Garboy's in the corner, a little bit too strong. He's beaten to the follow-up, and it rolls straight in his net. Now down off the ceiling again. This one off the right wall. JXL towards the net. Just a bit high, of course. Would have been a pass, but it's blocked to the side. Rush trying to cut in on this one. Sets up JXL. JXL trying to slow it down. Reset for the goal. It is 3-0 Vancouver as JXL beats them all. Couple touches into the reset, into the flick through the net. And a minute and a half in, Vancouver looking good in game 3. JXL now trying to control this one. It's down the sideline again. Garboys may have given it up to Rush, although Rush's touch is awkward as well. Aiden's there. Boomer will save for now. Rush now overdrives it again. Even 50 by Boomer. JXL's in the other corner. Cozy looking to pass it across. No one there. Boomer now turning in. Takes a strong shot. Aiden will save. Boomer again. Cozy will save. Rush trying to jump from all the way downfield. Goes a bit too high, but gets a 50 out of it. JXL now another one drop down. Bouncing in. A Rush on the 50. Still over to the right wall. Boomer now sending it down. Our boys down across the sideline. JXL trying to get it in. He will beat a couple, but it's saved away by Cozy. Yeah, he's gotten there, Kellen. Don't worry, we got Shade and Bacon helping him out. Or Koala and Bacon, sorry. As this one played forward. Boomer over to the left wall. Demo will create a bit of pressure, but it's a pretty good 50 for now. Yeah, not bad, Shade. See, it's the only appearance Koala has made, so I kind of substituted it for you, who's been here more. As this one's off the corner. JXL trying to force it over to the left wall. Rush now not going to get a piece, but JXL will, and it's just in. 4-0. Vancouver continue to add, as most of these have just been empty nets. That one banged from downtown. The channel points not looking too good so far. And it is a pretty clean advantage for the Void right now. Now 2 minutes left to go. This one isn't quite sealed yet. As up in the air. Rush. This one sent away again. Now off the left wall. 50 down. Garboy's there. Won't get a piece. Cozy now has to wait, but JXL's shot is quite direct, and so he will be there for the save. Now Boomer trying to dive in. Aiden will get the dunk away. 80 seconds left to go here. Good amount of time, but a lot lower than it was. But we're going to see what the limit is, because Cozy has goal number 1 in the game for Daytona. Just a bit of a mistouch there by Rush. Kills it right down in front of him. He pops it through. And it's still a 3-goal deficit. But hey, that's closer than 4. 74 seconds left to go. And almost again, but this time Cozy is able to get back for a save on the immediate kickoff response. Cozy now a long clear. That'll be 2. JXL left alone, and he doesn't have any boost. Trying to catch it down. It's a good 50, but Aiden will be there. Aiden now around another. It's Boomer alone, but he's given time. JXL's shot is high, and he can't get a follow-up either. Now a bit of a rough 50, but it is straight to Rush. But Rush now side flips, floating up. Cozy off the bar. No clear. Garboy scores 4-2. Panic and really just misplay from Vancouver. And Daytona bring it another closer. 40 seconds left to go. It's a 2-goal game. Cozy now already on it. Boomer down off the corner. JXL pops it up high. giving spaces Aiden, but Cozy able to get there next to help him out. Now, Vancouver similarly going to give spaces. Garboy's shot blocked away by JXL, but it's bouncing out to Aiden. There's no one in net. It's a 1-goal game. Rush just sitting on the corner boosts. JXL and Boomer both dive. And again, the only touch is just a roller out to midfield. 18 seconds left to go. This one is far from guaranteed. Boomer trying to get a piece of this one. Gets it up towards the ceiling. Dropping down. I mean, to be fair, they also added the boost timers so that you wouldn't sit on the corner boost for too long. And yet Rush caught waiting there. Watches it go into his net. But fortunately for him and fortunately for Vancouver, they will not go punished, as they do in the end manage to close out the game 4-3. Of course, a great game for JXL. Maybe on the other end for Rush. We'll see what sort of impact we can see, as Cozy still doing a lot for his team. Vancouver here, though, will outshoot 10-8, and they'll outscore 4-3. Felt like, based on 90% of that game, should have been cleaner than it was, as it was 4-0, and then about a minute and a half later, it was 4-3. No, I disagree, Kellen. I think the boost indicator for teammates is just plainly helpful, because it helps for solo queue and less clutter on comms. The boost timer, I would also say, especially now I've gotten used to it, I think it's helpful. Because obviously, the highest level, you were tracking boosts, but I feel like that's probably a pretty small portion of the population. And so it really doesn't change the gameplay loop that much, other than it takes a little bit of the mystery out of should I wait on this boost or not. Because I feel like for the most part, you either weren't, or you were kind of just assuming that, oh, it probably won't. Like, either, oh, this feels like it should spawn soon, or I probably won't, no point. And so now you just kind of, for the majority of the player base, have a more concrete reference. Although, of course, it's still a slow animation, and it's not just a counting number. So it's easy to still misread it. But of course, a minute in here, we're in game number 4, and Daytona have the first goal. Easy, no. 1-0 for Daytona. They will get just a lob and goal there. I mean, to be fair, Kellen, I think easy, no. A little bit simplified, yes. I mean, if nothing else, especially for a player who's newer at the game, does it even confirm anywhere that it's a 10-second timer? Versus now you have the animation that you see it going, you see it about to pop. And then again, for a bit of a higher level, it allows you to kind of play a bit more efficiently without having to track them absolutely. And then for the pro level, again, maybe something they don't have to think about as much, but you also aren't always looking at it, or can't always tell how far along the animation is. So there's still a lot of value to knowing when a boost will be around about to spawn, and then you can kind of check your work with the animation. But obviously, it's a bit controversial for a reason. As we can focus back in here. This one back across towards the center. Boomer trying to get it around. Looking for a cut down now again. JXL off the left wall. Romeo's shot is in. No, you're good, Kellen. 2-0. JXL again, a bit of a giveaway. And no one ready to cover the net. Boomer and Rush both pretty much back, but also both pretty much low boost. As we have our 4th game and our 4th unique set of rosters here, by the way. As we have Romeo replacing Garboys in this game. And it's off to a pretty good start so far. As Rush drives under that one. Trying to play it downfield is Boomer. Cozy now up in the air. JXL gets beat. Cozy gets by Boomer. And it's 3-0. The opposite of the last game. Daytona rolling here in game 4. And the corner dropping down. This one over to the right wall. Rush trying to get it forward. Now JXL still behind it. Played down the sideline, but a bump comes through and breaks up the play. Aiden, though, a bit slower in the recovery, will allow Boomer to get to that one. He'll now get a center and a demo, and that shot is just wide. It looked like JXL had the window. It was a great attempt, but not quite enough. As there are 2 minutes left to go, and it's still a 3-goal lead here. Now JXL following this one, tries to play it across. Boomer a little bit slow. 51 by Cozy, almost on. He'll fake out one. Now finally dunked to the side by Boomer as Rush will try to pick it up. He'll go up in the air, looking to stay with it. Reset down, but it's right at Cozy. The low boost total shows. And Vancouver, they've done fairly well at getting pushed forward, but nothing through, and the time starting to look a little bit thin. 75 seconds left to go here. And now another one floated down towards Cozy. Cozy for a double, but way too low, and Boomer will catch it away. Now doesn't even need boost as he'll get that 50. JXL able to respond with one of his own. Aiden now off the back wall again. Trying to clear it downfield. Cozy now to play it forward. This one center. JXL will knock it down. Aiden dunked back. Romeo in the air. JXL trying to get it back down again. Rush will play it away. But through all of this time, the clock has still been running. 30 seconds left to go. Will not be nearly enough for what Vancouver need here. And so it will continue to drop. And as the shutout remains, it will not be enough for Vancouver to close it out in 4. For the second time tonight, we are headed all the way. As Daytona may be favorites, and they may be looking for it here, but they were the team playing from behind, and they will need at least one more to close this one out. A clean game there, of course, though, as they're going to outshoot 12-3. Once again, JXL standing out as he gets 6 saves, but both his teammates struggling to get any impact down. And now for the first time in this series, we're not going to have a roster swap, as both these teams are just going to have to run it back for this 5th game. And of course, for Daytona, you're pretty happy about that because this was a pretty good game. But on the other end for Vancouver, you got to reset yourselves, regain that confidence, and try to run it back. I think throughout this series, we've seen that the early game is incredibly important, because whoever has gotten that first goal and that first bout of pressure has really just pressured the entire game and usually put up 3 or 4 goals. So first goal and that early run of play will be huge as we move on to Champions Field here. Daytona looking to stay undefeated. Vancouver looking for their first win. Dunked there by JXL. He'll beat Cozy as well. Centering down, Aiden there early. That pitch will roll out. JXL's up on it. He'll put a shot down that Cozy will save to the side. Rush now diving in. Gets the dunk. Gets the read. Romeo cuts it off though. Cozy now up to the left side. Rush is already there. First catch is low. Boomer off the back wall. Rush up high. Where's JXL? Not in a position to go. He'll shoot now, but it's too slow. Vancouver, so much pressure, finally converts. It's Rush, and it's 1-0. The Void will lead. Rush pops it up, reads it himself. And after having control for so long, it's finally a scoreboard advantage for our Canadian team. Aiden trying to get this one around. 50 down again. Rush up off the right wall. Boomer in the air. He'll get a 50 forward. Now bouncing down. Cozy able to get it away. JXL following it. Demo's ring, it's a trade, and that means there's no one there to clear, but also no one there to shoot. Rush now getting forced back. Bit awkward here for Vancouver, all in the same corner, but Boomer will be able to play it pretty cleanly. And now this one's 50 down again. JXL will bang it forward. This one cleared out. Rush, a good catch, looking to turn around on it. Cozy now with control and with space. A scary prospect. He'll beat 'em all. And Romeo gets the shot. Boomer jumps in. That's all well and good. But then Rush and JXL both jump and neither one has the read. And it just leaves an open net for Romeo. And so Daytona now have equalized the game, and they might just have a shot to take the lead. Cozy steals it, but it's a misplay, an overcommit, and the tides turn as Daytona are now in front. This one over to the left side, cleared downfield. It'll bounce up off the back wall. JXL trying to get it away. Romeo is space, popping up, gets by one. Boomer will take control. Cozy diving, he'll get by him. JXL trying to crash across. He'll bang it up to the corner. Aiden trying to wait back. Pinched in front, but Rush. I mean, that's a tough one to be ready for, but he just wasn't. This one now back pass to Boomer. Romeo will take it. JXL could have been scary. He'll get the 50 for now. Rush now without boost, just gonna pop it forward. JXL jumping in. Pass on target. Romeo clears. Aiden now uncontested down into the corner. Bouncing out. That 50 terrifying, but it'll stay wide. JXL downfield. Rush dunked by Romeo. JXL kills it again, but Aiden's ready. He'll bang it down. Cozy won't get a goal on the redirect. But Boomer won't get a clear either. Aiden trying to center. Cleared by JXL, but another double commit. Fortunately for them, Cozy overruns it. And so there won't be a quick shot. But Aiden will keep the pressure going. Rush trying to get a piece of that one. JXL will beat one, but Cozy's behind. Up in the air. Boomer almost just in. Almost a catastrophic mistake. But it stays off target. And JXL manages to clear it away. Vancouver now looking to push, but one gets beat again. Now it's risky from Boomer. No one is back for a moment until JXL recovers. And now Aiden's touch is heavy, but there's a demo. And Boomer, a big save to keep Vancouver in it. 85 seconds to go. Still 2-1 with a 1-goal lead here. Cozy down towards the net. It'll go wide. Romeo 50'd again. JXL will follow it. He'll get it off the back wall. No double. Cozy a strong 50. Rush now will turn in. Looking for a pass across. Is anyone there? No. No one's on the same screen. And Daytona break out. And Daytona will get no. It looked like a goal. It somehow stays out. A miracle for Vancouver, but can they take advantage? Aiden's shot was blocked off the post, and then it's bounced a bit too hard, and there wasn't a follow-up play, but this time it's guaranteed. Cozy makes it 3. 3-1 Daytona, and it's looking like a done deal. Vancouver are going to be kicking themselves for this one. It was a fantastic showing, well above what I expected. But in the end, it'll go on the schedule as another loss. They fight so well. They go up 2-1 in the series. They go up 1-0 in Game 5. But then they just give up 2 free goals. And so it is not to be. Daytona, the stronger team on the season, the stronger team in the series, although not by much. And they'll close this one out with a 3-1 win to get a Game 5 victory. I mean, great series. Much better than I was expecting. Again, this is one that'll hurt. This feels bad for Vancouver, but you need to remember who the other side is. You need to keep in mind, this is a very strong Daytona roster, and you made it look close. Like, you maybe should have won this series with how it went, which is pretty good. Hurts that you lose it, but that speaks well on your potential on the season. As I'm going to get a message before I can ask again that we are going to have an interview, and so we will be back in just one moment. And we are back with Daytona, another Game 5 win. How does it feel to be 3-0?
It feels great, but the game was a little close for my liking. There is some good reasoning to that. Me and my brother on the same Wi-Fi, both lagging really bad at the same time.
Saw
game
that.
2, so we had to kind of swap out, take him out, so I have fresher Wi-Fi and get Romeo in, and it just started working out, which I love. So.
Absolutely. Now, did you guys feel a little bit nervous when Vancouver went up on match point there? Or were you guys confident that you could pull it back?
The lights are never too bright. We never get nervous. We take the feeling of nerves and we put that into our gameplay to make us better and play like a real competitive team. That helps make us become better. Whenever the lights get bright, we put on our sunglasses and they're never not too bright anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
was so bad. But good job, Landon. I love that. Yeah, like he said, we weren't really that nervous. Definitely was a little bit surprised going that quick up at match point, but glad we came back and we won. So, dubs.
Absolutely. Now, looking at your schedule, you guys are slated to play up against Bedford next week. How do you feel about that matchup?
Honestly, I'm excited to play Lynx's team. Ready to go against Fright, Lynx. I think Bloom's on that team too.
Yep.
And I forgot who the other person is. If I forgot your name, Bozy. Yes. Like, how did I forget that guy? I'm excited to play all of them. They're a great team. We have scrimmed them before. I think that was before he made the trade. I think if he did. But yeah, I'm excited to play and can't wait to play him.
Fair enough. Then I just have one final question that I have been asking, typically as prompted by Kellen. Who you got? Are there any teams in the league right now you guys are scared of?
Ooh, definitely the Monarchs, and probably Smurfy's team. I haven't seen them play yet, so I know he made a couple changes, so I really want to. But maybe Pitcop's team, just a little bit, but I guess we'll see how the season moves on, and I'll make a better decision off of that. To be honest,
just being nice.
Me personally, I don't get scared of anyone. I feel like we can go out there and get it done every game as long as we're locked in and as long as everything cooperates. Every team's just another team to beat, in my opinion.
Fair enough. Well, I think that's about all I have for you guys. So congratulations on the win and good luck next week.
Thank you, Dago. Thank you for casting.
All right, and that will do it for our night. So again, a great showing from Vancouver, but just not quite enough against a team like Daytona. And so it's another Game 5, but another win for our favorites as Daytona will join everyone above them with a 3-0 record. We'll see what that does to the standings in the next game, as you'll see that updated, as we have 3 games left to be played this week, both tomorrow night. 2 in Prism at 7 and 9, and then the week 3 will conclude with a Pixel game at 10 p.m. tomorrow. Should be a fun night of games. We hope to see you back for it. But your final score here, one last time, Daytona 3, Vancouver 2. See you back tomorrow night.